he doesn't do anything fancy. He doesn't do anything tricky with rushes or like nasty drops or Dark Templars and such. He sits backs and macros, try to outproduce the opponent, and you know skip all the bullshit. ParAdoX's army moving out. I'm gonna slow this back down to normal speed. We have a Colossus standing out here by the edge, wondering if he should jump or not. It's like, oh no, life's not worth it. I'm gonna just throw myself into the slag pits. Oh no, there he goes. He finally realized that life was worth it and is going back to his friends. Okay, we're gonna see a big army clash right now. All these zealots, not all these zealots quite yet. Fungal growths going down on this back row, on these stalkers. Fungal growths everywhere, doing tons of damage to these stalkers, keeping those zealots from attacking. These Colossus trying to do the damage that they need to, but not quite. One Colossus goes down. Two Colossi, nope. More fungal growths on those stalkers. He's gonna have to pull back. Miss fungal, but that's not too awful. Okay, so another Colossus goes down. These stalkers are getting mopped up, and I don't know if Kutch is gonna be able to hold this. He's probably going to lose this natural expansion. He's probably going to lose all these workers, throwing down some infested Terrans. They pop out with the gun. It's just so silly they pop out with the gun. Kutch has 2 more Colossi in his base trying to deal with these Hydras, which they do very well against. Colossus against Hydras at least. Trying to focus down the Colossus. 1 Colossus goes down, and I don't think he's going to be able to take out the other Colossus, as these Hydras are going to be taken care of. Wow, I'm surprised that Kutch was able to hold that for so long. 2 more infested Terrans pop, shooting out with the gun that they just grew in 10 seconds. 1 infestor blows up. Will this other infestor go? No, the other infestor gets away. As ParAdoX gets all these roaches out of nowhere. Where did he get all these roaches from? Wow. Must have had a lot of larvae saved up and just spammed the roach button when he realized that his attack failed. So it looks like he's going to be moving out with these roaches. Does he see that 3rd base? No, he does not see that 3rd base. But it's not like, well, with all these cannons there, it could be a rough time trying to attack that. But, well, even so, he could be able to do a lot of damage with these roaches. But he's instead going to go for this natural expansion. This Colossus not doing as much damage as against the Hydralis. Roach is doing fairly well against the Colossus. They're focusing down the Colossus. Will he be able to take out? Yes, he does, as these stalkers are going to fall quickly to these roaches that just have a perfect surround. Not even a surround, it's like an engulfment of those stalkers. So these roaches are going to be able to do a lot of damage to this natural expansion. Someone called the exterminator. There are roaches everywhere. It's like New York City in the summertime, or even after a nuclear fallout. I don't know. These roaches flood into the base, trying to snipe this Colossus. Will he be able to get it? Oh, yes, he does. He is able to get the Colossus. And I don't know how many Colossi that Kutch has lost, but it's quite a few. The food count is 90 over 66. A Void Ray does end up spawning, and without the roaches being able to attack this Void Ray, eventually he's going to clean this up. But he's gonna lose a significant amount of stuff. These roaches are gonna do some damage to this base before they all go down. ParAdoX rallying some more Hydralis into this base, so he might be able to take out this Void Ray. I'm not so sure. Whoops. I accidentally pressed the B button instead of the V button. I want to see if he saw this. No, he still hasn't seen the natural expansion. These Hydralis, where are these Hydralis going? Are they going up to that 3rd? Or are they gonna... Looks like they're going into the main of Kutch. And he's rallying more Hydralis. Doesn't quite bring these guys into the fray just yet. Kutch eventually cleaning up this amount of roaches, but as soon as they get cleaned up, here comes some more units. This has probably been a really tough few minutes for both players to handle. It's just been neck and neck for so long, and more fungal growth going down on these stalkers. They're in the red and yellow at the moment, throwing down some infested Terrans, but they're not going to be able to pop in time. Oh, yes they do, actually. So these guys pop out with their gun. How many times am I going to bring that up? Will this one get away? Not quite as lucky as the other one was. And he blows up. I love it when infestors die. They just explode in a giant ball of... Alright. ParAdoX getting 12 more roaches. Try to keep up the pressure. Kutch trying to sit back and recover from that attack. He still has this third up and going strong, heavily defended, but ParAdoX still doesn't know it's there, and I don't know when he's actually going to see it. He has his Overlord here to see if he does throw down a base in the topmost main, but if I were Kutch, I wouldn't throw down another base at the moment. I would try to get some more units and try to recover from that. Okay, so it looks like ParAdoX is going to go for another attack, keeping up that pressure. And ParAdoX probably thinks that Kutch doesn't have much because he does not see that third base, but right now he's thinking, wait a minute, whoa, 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 where did Kutch get all this stuff from? So this battle goes down. ParAdoX trying to focus down the Colossus. Will he take it out? No, this Colossus was smart enough to run away and, you know, learn from the mistakes of his brothers who got sniped and was able to stay alive and clean up that attack. Kutch does not see this bottommost base go down, so we could see this end up being an evenly matched macro battle, because at the moment it's one base for Zerg and 1, 2, and this is mined out, so just 2 base from the Protoss. So right now Kutch is in the lead as far as macro is concerned, and you can see that in the supply count. It's 107 for Kutch, 69 for ParAdoX. So right now Kutch does have the advantage, but I think most of that is probes if you think about it. Yeah, see, 58 probes to 31 drones. Actually, you could probably see it better in this tab here. Army supplies. Okay, so it's actually fairly even distribution of army and supply. It's actually 1-to-1 ratio for both sides. That's actually pretty cool. So I'm gonna take a screenshot of this. That's pretty awesome. So let's get rid of that. Takes up too much space. Kutch throwing down that fourth rather. So we could see a 3 base Protoss on a 1 base Zerg, and oh wait a minute, this natural is pretty much mined out, so it's still gonna be 2 base to 1 base, and Kutch is able to mine out that natural faster than ParAdoX is able to? Whoa, wait, what? Wow, I'm surprised. Even with all the attacks that have been happening in this natural expansion, and all the times that Kutch had to retreat all of his probes, he's able to mine that out faster than ParAdoX. That's weird. well, that just goes to show that Protoss is overpowered. Their miners are just that much better. Pfft, Protoss is easy mode. Come on. So it looks like this drone is looking to maybe throw down another base. Ooh, I'm not so sure. And it looks like both players are still macroing up a bit, deciding to hold back and not attack. So let's speed this up a little bit because we do have to cut time a little. And we see a Dark Shrine right here. Dark Shrine coming up for Kutch, so we could see some DT play, which could work if ParAdoX doesn't throw down any what are those things that detect, I don't know, there it is, yeah, spore crawlers or overseers. So we'll see how that turns out. And if you have the macro that Kutch does, I mean, yeah, you might as well get some DTs. Why not? Might throw him off guard. He might do more damage than you think. So this drone, who could throw down a base, is choosing not to, and we can definitely see the effects of Kutch's macro at the moment. We have 2 base to 1. The supply count is 170 to 115. If we take a look at this tab, we can see that the green Protoss is in the favor over our Zerg player, and this army is moving around the middle. He probably thinks that Kutch does have this in the middle, so electing to try to do a surprise attack. He does know there's a DT here, and more DTs going into the main. Doesn't have any overseers around just yet to try to take out all these. He's taking out all these miners, but I don't know how he's reacting to this. Let's go to ParAdoX's camera, and he throws down a fungal. Wow, that was a brilliant play. If you didn't catch that, there was a DT attacking these infestors, and ParAdoX was able to see it, throw down a fungal, which does detect cloaked units, and all of his units attacked. So there's a big battle going on here. Kutch force fielding the ramp, choking up all these guys. Not all of his Hydras are able to attack. These Colossi doing massive damage in that horizontal splash that they do. Force fields, trapping more units as just freeing them up for splash damage from this Colossus. Brilliant micro from Kutch. We don't see that very often from many players. And these DTs doing significant damage to this expansion and this main, taking out all of these not taking out the larva, but it seems like there goes the base, the only base that ParAdoX have. ParAdoX saying I got overzealous with an OS and declares GG. So Kutch takes game 1 in the first round of the OBTL.